I'm Julie Plata of the OutputLinks Communications Group, and I'm at Canon Solutions America today with Art McGinn. Art, thanks for being here. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your tenure here at Canon Solutions America.
So I'm Art McGinn, and I'm Executive Vice President of Service for Canon Solutions America. So that involves not only our field service for our 3 business units, but also all the service support functions. For example, training, technical support, parts distribution, call taking, etc. I've been here approximately 30 years, and prior to that, I was with Bell & Howell, so also in the industry.
Okay, so service is kind of your background.
For quite a while now.
Yeah. Now, print is no longer all about just putting toner and ink on paper. So how does the status quo change in the service department?
Well, it's become so digital, and the other issue is there's so much more information. So today, technicians, before they even arrive on site, are already diagnosing the problem from data they've gotten from the connected machine. That's what allowed us to reduce our labor time and improve uptime for the customer.
Well, shopping for products is one thing, but what are the questions that customers should ask when they're shopping for service?
I think a couple of issues. One is, what is your capabilities? Not only do you have technicians that can respond, but the real issue is, when are we going to restore the product and when are they going to be up and running? In other words, uptime. I think restore time is an old issue.
Okay.
Today it's restore time. The other issue is, what type of backup do you have? What type of technical support? What's the escalation process, etc.
So what service-related questions are your customers not asking that they should be asking when they're looking for a service partner?
I think a couple of issues. One is, why is it so important to have a connected product as opposed to unconnected? And that's because all the data that the technician has that allows us to do predictive service. The second issue should really be, what's your infrastructure? If a technician on site for some reason can't restore the product, what other resources do they have available? Today they have everything is available electronically, either on their phone or their laptop, whether it's technical documentation, videos, parts, etc. So, but a lot of it is, what's the age of all the parts on the product, so they can really reduce the diagnostic time, which means restore time and uptime for the customer.
With what your department does, how does that fit into the new digital age?
Well, today, I think it's really a combination of an outstanding product, outstanding solutions, but to have that return on that investment, you need outstanding support from a service organization. Today, we really focus on, what is the customer doing, what are their applications, so we need to know that in order to ensure that they have the output they require. And we provide all the tools for our technician to diagnose that problem, to resolve that problem, have the customer up and running, and getting return on their investment as soon as possible.
So tell me about what Canon Solutions America can offer the production department.
So in production, key for them is, how long can they run? Are their output consistent, print after print after print? And our technicians, we've really transitioned from a technical break fix to a technical electronic technician who knows the applications, understands what their output should look like, understands the media. We've continued to train them to have a much broader understanding of the customer's product, but really their eventual output in order to meet their needs.
Now this is a little different question. So now that the different products have expanded and there's so many that touch different parts of a company, how do you train your service people to be able to walk in and be able to fix all of the different types of printers that are now part of the portfolio?
The couple of issues. One is, the same technician may not fix everything, that we do have some specialization in product groups and within business units. But in addition to that, today, everything is available to the technician from a tool standpoint on their laptop. 20 years ago, a technician would make a call, he might know where his technical manual is, he may have walked in with it. Today it's all available online with videos. If it's an unusual situation, he can look at it on video and see how the repair is completed. all of this really is reducing our time on site, which is what the customer really wants.
They want to be up and running as soon as possible.
Absolutely. It's all restore time. That's all we measure today is restore time.
Tell me about your predictive service model.
So today, it's very important that we provide the technician information before he gets on site. They're really thinking about the call on the way to the customer. And as part of that, they understand what the age of all the parts are, which parts are nearing the end of their life, so it reduces the time they're spending on site. In addition, we're doing a lot of remote repairs. So we're monitoring equipment off-site and notifying the customer or a technician and sending them out on a proactive basis to repair equipment. It's a lot easier to schedule calls, both for the customer and actually for us, from an asset standpoint, than to have to staff to react and have the customer down unexpectedly. So obviously we're moving more and more in that direction.
So you're actually preventive maintenance, really, going in and making sure that when their big busy time is coming up, that everything's in tip-top shape, ready to go?
It's really the next step from preventive maintenance.
Okay.
We're doing preventive maintenance at the customer's convenience, and sometimes we're breaking that down, especially in the production area, where it takes a long time, so we're breaking that into pieces to meet the customer's downtime requirements or uptime requirements. But we're also predicting, before the customer even knows it's going to break, that we're trying to prevent any downtime at all by scheduling a call during the customer's low volume periods. And the higher the volume of the product, the more critical that is, obviously.
That's right.
Because of the recovery time.
And how do you see this benefiting the customer versus the traditional way that service was done?
Well, a couple of ways. One is they can plan their day better. When machines are down, they're paying their people, they're disappointing their customer, so uptime becomes critical not only for us to satisfy the customer, but for the customer to satisfy their eventual end user and customer. Number one. Number two, I think this all gives us an opportunity to measure very carefully how each employee is performing in order to meet our customers' expectations.
So Art, what other technologies has Canon Solutions America invested in to help their customers with the service?
So obviously we're investing in the basics of smartphones, of connected products, of analytics from the data on those products. We're moving into Google Glasses, so the technician on site and our tech support group can see the same thing, saving time. So we're not flying people from Boca Raton or from New York. Sometimes we can fix it over the phone because they can see exactly what the technician sees.
They can get right to the expert.
Exactly.
Excellent, excellent. Now Print 17 is just right around the corner. So being part of service where it's not an actual product that you can say, look at my shiny little box, how do you use Print 17 to get the message out about service?
Well, I think for a couple of ways. One is we do talk about service, and it's a great opportunity for those of us at Canon Solutions America to meet our customers. We attend every year. We meet with lots of customers, whether it be on the show floor or functions during the day or training programs. Plus, there's a lot of questions for us. There's a lot of credibility in service, so a lot of customers ask our service organization, what do you think of this model or this new feature?
Okay.
So it's really in partnership with our sales and our marketing organization and our solutions group that we're talking about our products and why they're good and why we have a good